Hey guys, today we're going to talk about social development in infants. The main idea of today is that caregivers play a large role in a baby's social development. They help the infant learn to form relationships and feel comfortable in their world. Why do you think caregivers are vital to a baby's social development? You think about that for a second. Caregivers are vital to the baby's social development, just like they were vital to the emotional development, because that baby learns from who they see and who they spend time with the most, and that's normally their caregiver. Social development is the process of learning how to interact and express oneself with others. A child who experiences healthy social development will be able to communicate well with others, they'll be able to connect with others, and they're going to be able to show tolerance for each other. If a child maybe didn't grow up in a home that didn't show healthy social development, maybe the parent left that child in their crib and that child developed failure to thrive, then that baby's not going to connect well with others whenever they get older, and their tolerance for others is going to be way low. Social and emotional development are very closely related. Children who feel good about themselves relate well with others. Children who relate well with others feel good about themselves. It goes hand in hand. If you feel good about yourself, you spread the wealth, you want to be friends with people, you want to have communication, you want to talk to people, versus when you're not feeling great about yourself, then you just want to be left alone. And you don't really want to talk to anybody. So social development is very critical for an infant. So learning through cause and effect. Babies learn by observing cause and effect. Cause and effect is a relationship between events in which one event, which is known as the effect, is caused by another event. For example, infants learn that they can get their needs met by crying. Baby starts crying because maybe they want a bottle. Mom comes or dad comes, brings them a bottle, they stop crying and they start to put two and two together. They learn that letting go of a toy will cause it to fall, and they think that's funny, and then they realize that their caregiver or whoever they're with is going to pick it up, and then they think it's a game. This is called cause and effect. Babies learn that certain behaviors earn a positive response from adults. When babies coo and smile, for example, they are rewarded with laughter, hugs, and praise. Love is very important to babies, so they repeat these behaviors. Babies learn through imitation too. As children grow, they watch the behavior of important adults in their lives, and they imitate those actions. They imitate words. They imitate looks. You have to be very careful, especially around toddlers, what you say, what you do, what you're watching, because they will imitate it, and normally it's at the wrong time. Parents and caregivers should model desirable behaviors. If you want your child to pick up trash, you need to pick up the trash. If you want your child to pick up after themselves or do some chores, then as a parent, you need to model that behavior, because they don't know better if they're not taught better. Babies develop better social behaviors if they get many more positive responses than negative responses, and always try to give a baby clear messages. Smiling while expressing love or approval sends a clear message, versus maybe they have said something but inappropriate and they shouldn't have said it, and you want to smile but you're getting on to them. That's going to give them a mixed message, because you're smiling at them or laughing because you think it was funny, but they're in trouble because you're yelling at them. So you always want to give a baby a clear message. So beginning around 8 months of age, many babies show signs of stranger anxiety. Stranger anxiety is a fear of unfamiliar people, usually expressed by crying. It is a very normal part of social development. Most babies simply need time and understanding. A caregiver can help a baby through this fear by providing consistent responses. Why do you think there are some responses that you can provide a baby to help them get through this? No, I'm not supposed to say why. What do you think are some responses that you can provide a baby to help them get through stranger anxiety? Anybody? Maybe you could hold the baby while, trying to introduce them to somebody. You should never force a baby to be held by somebody they don't know. That's just teaching them, bad habits. You should definitely give the baby time to be comfortable with that person, and whenever they're ready to go that person, they will. Social development through play. The job of a baby is to play. Playing is how babies learn. They learn through all their senses while they're playing. It strengthens all areas of growth and development. Strengthens emotional and physical, because they're going to want things, they're going to crawl towards them or start walking towards them. Helps children learn to interact with adults and other children by sharing. Sharing is caring. Caregivers and babies strengthen their attachment through play, and then play also helps babies develop motor skills. Remember, motor skills are fine motor skills, which are your fingers and your toes, and then you have your gross motor skills, which are your arms, legs, core, things of that nature. Okay, so if you were a parent, how would you create a safe play environment? What would you do? Would you get those little plastic things that you stick in electrical outlets? Would you make sure that you don't have tiny little Legos or coins laying around? What are some things that you would do as a parent to create a safe play environment? It is important to choose toys that are safe and appropriate for the age of the baby. You don't want to get a toy for a 1-month-old that says it's appropriate for an 18-month-old. There is a drastic difference in their mental development, their physical development, emotional, social, all that good stuff. Toys should be big enough so that babies cannot put them in their mouths. Toys should be sturdy, because God knows they are probably going to get broken. It is also important to keep toys clean. Social development through exploration. Babies have a need to explore. It's how they learn about their environment. It's how they get around. They just want to try new things. Babies use play to explore their world. Caregivers can help babies explore by giving them safe and interesting objects to explore. Give that baby pots and pans. Give them wooden spoons. Give them cardboard boxes. Give them all those things. They still love to explore the world. It doesn't have to be just with toys. Encouragement and positive responses from adults motivate or provide a reason for babies to explore and learn. And by participating in explorations with the baby, caregivers can deepen their attachment to their child, because you're bonding with them, you're forming relationships with them, you are making them trust you, which encourages their emotional development. And that is it for the end of that. So stay tuned for your next PowerPoint. Bye, guys.